Hey everybody, Jake here, and today we're going to take a look at the Nutsac Bags Satchel. This is one of the smaller bags offered by Nutsac for your kind of everyday carry. I do carry this to work and a bunch of other places, so it's very useful to me. And if this is something you're looking for, you know, continue watching the review. This one's actually pretty good. This was provided by the manufacturer, just kind of putting that out there for review. I did try to purchase it from them, but I was told it was a gift just to keep it, so I didn't argue. So big shout out to Matthew for that one. But yeah, this is a very interesting little bag. It kind of it's made of interesting materials. The size and form factor, kind of intriguing. The aesthetic is very kind of polarizing, I suppose, with the canvas and leather, but I like it quite a bit. So we'll go ahead and get into what I like about it, what I'm kind of neutral towards, and what I dislike. Also, even though I don't have it in the video attached to the bag, it does come with a strap for carrying over your shoulder, which is how I generally carry it. I just took it out for the review so you could kind of, look at the bag a little more clearly without that, bumping in. Also, you can get it in tan or black. On to what I like about it. First thing is, the build quality. It's built very well, finished very well. It's just nice. The materials are waxed canvas and a full grain leather, so that's very, very nice material. It is somewhat water resistant, which helps, and there are a lot of flaps to cover things, so that's really good. Nice. Ton of carrying options. You can use the handle up here, which is canvas and leather on top, which is pretty comfortable. For the size, it's not not a big issue. And you can also use the strap, which, as I mentioned, is not attached, but it does come with it for free. It's despite its size, it holds a lot inside the bag. So I carry this, like I said, to work, so I have to fill it completely up. So it has a lot of pocket options, which are very, very important for me. You can see the bag's not very thick, and you can get a good glance at that leather there too, or it doesn't look thick, but it holds a pretty decent amount, and it does so very well. I haven't experienced any issues with any zippers catching or breaking or anything like that. The canvas is held up very well. The leather is held up very well. None of the stitchings come undone or anything like that. And for the price, I'd kind of expect it, to be that well made. Also, this is made in America, if that matters at all to you. Some people don't care, but some people do. So it uses, pretty thick leather and pretty thick canvas stock as well. The leather's not the thickest I've seen, but it's a pretty good size. So all in all, the bag's very well made, and you can really tell. You can see how thick the canvas is. It holds up very well. And I'll show you here how thick the leather is as well. So you can see it's a little thinner, but I think it's kind of important for it to be pliable here. I'm not sure if the leather on the bottom is any thicker, but just comparatively to the leather, you can see the canvas is a little bit thicker than that. But the leather's pliable, which is nice for when the bag's a little overstuffed. You can kind of pull it down and stretch. So next, no external pockets. It does have a zipper pouch in the front. I keep a field notes sketchbook in here. I don't sketch. This is the signature, if you're curious. But I do like blank pages every now and then, so keep that in there. And a few papers and things like that as well. Then you have the main zipper pouch. This is where I keep all my important stuff. So first up, I have a flashlight. I have my Through Night TCV12. TCV. Said it right that time. So I carry that around with me. I also have my Knox Sinclair, and I keep a couple of fountain pens in there, along with a Story Supply notebook, just for whatever I need to write in. That way I always have some paper with me that I can kind of scrap paper. Also keep my traveler's journal with my Bunk Box Kaveco Sport, and then I keep my Marimon Nemesign notebook, which I use for work, and I keep my Vortex core in this little case. Also in the very back, there's one more zipper pouch, and I keep my Kindle in there. I do a lot of reading, so that's nice to have with me at all times, and just in case I get bored somewhere, my phone's dead or something like that. So it has a lot of pockets. It has these two internal pouches, the zipper pocket in the back, this main zipper compartment, and the zipper compartment in the front. Holds a lot of stuff and has a lot of kind of options for where to put things, which is extremely important for me. I like to keep some stuff separate from others, so those pouches are very nice. It holds pretty much everything I need it to. If I could go back, I might get one size up, but I'm not sure because this one's pretty nice. Just to have something light that you can kind of, toss over your shoulder and go about your way, or pick it up and go. It's so small you can kind of put it anywhere, so it's really nice. So you can see the flaps that cover the zippers just to help insulate it a little bit more in case any water does get in. That's over the front and the main compartment, and then you can just kind of push the leather strap over that little peg. I do believe that peg is brass. I'm not sure, but it's very nice. It kind of patinas, which is pretty cool. So between the zipper covers, the material, it's just nice. This bag feels secure. I don't worry about anything in there getting wet or damaged. It's very padded. The canvas, while being thick, is kind of pliable but somewhat stiff, so I'm not worried about anything getting banged up, which is really nice. Speaking of, the canvas actually, as you can see from mine, wears in. There's a lot of marks and things all over it. I like that a lot. I think it really adds to the look, that kind of beaten up, worn look. So, onto the neutral. So the only thing that I'm kind of up in the air about is the price on this. This bag is $130, which is expensive to say the least, especially as far as bags go in this size. They do have something on their website that kind of explains their pricing, gives you kind of a per part cost, I suppose. So it breaks down kind of like the labor and everything. So it says the labor on this bag is $36.80. The materials are $17.60. The freight shipping was $1.25, and the fees, I'm not sure what those are $10.50. Then they double it, and it comes out to a little over $129. So they charge about $129 for it, which is, I don't think it's a bad price. I just think that some people are going to be surprised when a bag this small costs that much. Again, it's made in America. It's using full grain leather instead of genuine leather. Very nice canvas material. So I think the materials, kind of make up for it, but it's just expensive. The strap's nice, the hardware's nice, everything's very nice on it. I just think a lot of people are going to have issues purchasing a bag that costs this much. I was kind of up in the air about whether or not it'd be worth it. To me, it is, or I wouldn't have offered to buy it in the first place. I like it a lot. And I think if you like the look of this bag and the size sounds appealing, check it out. They do have some larger sizes, but those are much more expensive. Those come in at, I believe, let me double check here real quick. I think okay, so it's $130 for the Satchel, $160 for the Satchel Pro, and $215 for the Sack Daddy. They also offer a magnetic version of this satchel here for $5 more, and they have one other bag called the Man Bag, damn it, for $90. That one is very little. So, on to what I kind of dislike about the bag. First up, the name. It gets really old when people ask, what bag is this, and you're like, oh, it's Nutsac. The patch is very obvious, and I think the patch looks really nice without the name being there. But between the patch and the name on the patch, it gets a little much. Especially, like I said, I carry this to work, so I'm always kind of blocking that when I'm walking around people with it. I'll probably end up removing it at some point. It's just, I like the acorn, I like the little patch thing. I don't like the name being on there, and it kind of ruins the aesthetic of the bag. So I have a lot of buttons on here to kind of distract from that. But I also like the look of them. But I just think the patch is, I think it's unnecessary. Or if they were going to do it, do the acorn thing. Leave the word Nutsac off of it, because it it restricts a lot of the people who can carry it. Like in most office environments, you're probably not going to be able to carry this. Out in public, you're probably going to get funny looks, depending on where you live and who you hang out with. And it's hilarious around some people for the first time, but after that, it just gets old. The puns get old. Speaking of puns, Advanced Knife Bro has a hilarious video of this. Definitely check that out. So does Nick Shabazz. If you check out any of his stuff, this one's very funny. But I think it detracts from an otherwise stellar bag, and I think their audience and the people who purchased this bag would be a lot larger, and it would be accessible by a lot more people if the name weren't quite so polarizing and, to be honest, kind of childish. So, on to the conclusion for this. So it's a very nice bag. It's just expensive, and the name is a little weird. To say the least, it's kind of immature and takes away from the overall quality of the bag, I think. So yeah, I'll probably be removing that. But if that's something that's stopping you, it seems to just be stitched on. You could probably cut it off pretty easily. But other than that, it's very well made. The zippers are nice, the materials are nice, all the hardware is nice. It's nice to carry, holds a lot, durable, and it's not bad for the price. Which is going to be a little high to some people, but after carrying it, I can definitely see the value here, even though I was quite a bit hesitant at first. But I walked into it kind of needing a bag, so I was like, well, you know what, I'll check this one out. If I like it, I'll buy it. So, but they do offer a bunch of different configurations. If you like the aesthetic, it comes in this kind of army green tan canvas as well as black, if you like a more stealthy look. It's just nice. There are a decent amount of options from size and color. They could definitely offer some more colors, or maybe one good idea would be to offer a patch option or a patchless option, just to give people some choice. Maybe they could do the branding on the reverse of the flap, to kind of keep less people from seeing it. It's just, it kind of ruins an otherwise almost perfect bag, because that's what this would be to me, is a perfect bag if it didn't have that on there. That's just a little much for me, and I hate to keep kind of ranting about it, but it's the one detracting factor from this bag for me, because I can suck up the price, but if you can't get over the price and you can't get over the name, this bag's not going to be for you. If you can get over the name and the price is a little high, if you're looking for a bag, I suggest you try it out. It's very well made. Again, it's going to fit most of your tablets and stuff like that. If you're into carrying your cell phone around in it, notebooks, whatever else you have, and it works great for me. I used it at the pen show in Atlanta. I loved it. Held everything I needed it to. Ton of notebooks. It could hold even color verse inks. And it can hold pens and things like that. So it's very robust. A lot of carrying options. And I just think it's very adjustable to whoever actually has the bag. And it's going to break in. It's going to be yours. It's going to look unique. And you can kind of do a lot of stuff with it. So I think it's really interesting if you're looking for something different, But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to check out my other videos. Huge shout out to the people who said the first upload of this was a little messed up. That was Small Town Prep and Danilo de Klerk. I apologize if I pronounced that improperly. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to check out my other stuff and subscribe if you like what you saw. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.